frankly, Elizabeth, I think you're being a bit alarmist about Barnabas Collins. Certainly, he's an eccentric. It is rather odd that he's come and asked to live in the rotting guest house behind our properties. But in the world, Barnabas Collins is treated as a businessman, a virtual celebrity. And he has asked me to assist him with a variety of investments here in Collinsport. Oh, I know, you'll say I'm not the best investment advisor, but Barnabas Collins needs my knowledge of the shipping industry here in Collinsport. Now, Barnabas Collins...
Roger. Now, you and I may be sworn enemies, and I may try to do everything in my power, everything that is humanly possible to destroy you. But I can't see where you're coming from. I, too, have traveled the world doing business. Many thought I was a member of, or at least employed by the CIA. Now, Barnabas Collins, I would say...
Barnabas Collins is one of the most secular men that I know. Why, just the other day, he scared Willie Loomis so much when he was trying to steal his family jewels, which of course is just a euphemism for driving your ashes raked over the arcade cinema over the Ganges River. But Wily Willie, he's never been much for articulation, nor is he a spacious one. But Barnabas Collins, that's a man with a wry English accent and a well-stocked Barnabas.
Barnabas Collins is an anagram for cannibal's labors. Also, banana bill cross, cabana's bins roll. And I think he has many other anagrams. He has come to a place that is heavily scarred with the season of yesterday's tomorrows. The people in this house are no more real than you or I. Scarecrows, high atop Widow's Hill, crawling with spiders the size of Easter eggs on uneasy spindles. He has come to brainwash me and infuse the spirit of his long-dead lover into my legs. Black flowers bloom in the driveway. He has come.
I think the thing that is so strange about this guest who's only just arrived, the one in the old guest house down the lane, the one rotting to the ground, this house rotting, this house guest, this Barnabas Collins, is that when he first came to Collinsport, here in Collinsport, he said, although I have only just arrived, I feel I have been here the entire whole time.
Elizabeth, you know, you have a point there. Just the other day, I was with Barnabas Collins, speaking with him. He said to me, and I quote, he said, though I've only just arrived in Collinsport, I feel I've lived here all my life.
Even though he had just arrived in Collinsport, he felt he had been here for much longer. I don't see what's so strange about that.
You know, when he said this to me, I didn't realize there was anything wrong with it, but the more I think about it, there's a contradiction there. How could he have just arrived if he had been here all his life? He must not have left. He must have just arrived. Does that make sense?
His investments.
But his investments...
His investments, yes, but how can he have just arrived if he had been here the whole time? Also, I think there's something we are missing, something very strange that I cannot grasp. Some strange, missing, obvious thing.
Arriving and having arrived, not beginning to arrive.
But these are all just old wives' tales. I don't see what this has to do with the price of hay. I mean, one cannot just arrive and then say that they've been somewhere all their life.
I think that this man who has just come now, this man who has arrived amongst us, is probably some perpetrator of unintentional impersonation, and that is how he has the same lost name.
But he's just arrived, and yet he's been here all his life.
It was suddenly as if no one could hear me. I was alone in my situation. I knew, and I said that I knew. He stood in front of that painting of himself. He knew we were not smart enough to figure it out. He was here now, and he was here before, and a long, thin line like the web of a black widow spider crossed the chasm of time. His eyes looked into that depiction of his eyes, into my eyes, and he pretended then not to be undead. And we believed him, not because we needed to, but because to do otherwise would be to admit something to ourselves, something so terrible, but that it might disrupt the shipping business, reduce the fisheries, sour the milk, puncture holes in cows, just put us out of commission, so to speak. We were unwilling to admit that that vampire might have gotten past our vampire vigilance, realize the immense amount of credit we were living under, and proceed towards an unending collapse of all of our systems and all of our customs. Oh, if only I could find the courage to speak out.
I was scared. I was scared of something completely different. The idea that I'm not spacious. I'm not afraid of any old vampire, but I am terribly afraid of heights.
And then a roach took all of the guests on to Castle Howard, the greatest of country homes in Ireland.